Hi, I had a great piece of news as a piano teacher the other day that the ABRSM have partnered with Tomplay, who've added hundreds of exam pieces from the current syllabus to their library. As well as piano pieces, there are pieces for violin, cello, double bass, saxophone, flute, clarinet and drums. The Associated Board of the Royal Schools of Music is the world's largest external music exam board, and over 600,000 candidates take their graded exams in over 90 countries every year. Tomplay is a music app that provides interactive sheet music with high-quality backing tracks. I did a full review of Tomplay a while ago, and I've also been using it in my series, A Step-by-Step Approach to Arranging Jazz Standards at the Piano, and I've put links to these videos in the description below. I've also put a link to Tomplay if you are wanting to subscribe. It is an affiliate link, and if you did decide to subscribe, then I would get a commission. When you open up Tomplay now, you'll see that at the top, in the middle, it says ABRSM exam pieces are now available on Tomplay. So I'm going to click on that. Now, I've already got my preferred instrument set up as piano, so it's come up with a list of all the pieces for the different grades. So I'll click on one of those. That's the grade 7 list, and those are the pieces that are included. Now, in the syllabus for Associated Board, for each grade, there are 3 sections, A, B and C. When you buy the exam book, you get 3 of those in each section. But in the syllabus, there are actually 16 pieces available for each section, so that's a total of 48 pieces. Now, Tomplay obviously doesn't have all 48 pieces available, but for each grade, there is a fair number to choose from. Now, I'm going to go back and have a look, choose for, say, a different instrument. So I'm going back to the home screen, and at the top right-hand corner, you can see I've got it set on piano. So I'm going to click there, and you can now choose a different instrument. So I'm going to click on flute, and then click on Associated Board, and once again a list of exam pieces comes up. So I'll click on one of those, and that's the list of pieces available for that grade. Let's have a look now at some of the grade 7 flute pieces. Now, one that catches my eye straight away as a jazz lover is Chick Corea's Spain. Now, I've already downloaded that, so I'm going to click on that. The first time you look at these pieces, you click on them and it says download, and it takes literally a few seconds. But once it's downloaded, you can then retrieve it anytime. Just at the bottom, there's a section that says My Scores, and you just click on that and it comes up instantly then. Now, you see there's the option of seeing the flute, the score just for the flute, or I can click go back and we can have the score up for the flute and the piano. Okay, I'll have a listen to this in a moment, but first of all, if you go to the settings at the top right hand corner of the screen, click on that, and you can see that you can choose between a visual or an audio counting, and also the number of bars. So it's set with a visual counting and just 1 bar. We'll leave it at that for the moment and just have a quick listen. So here's your counting, these coloured circles in the middle of the page. Beautiful piece of music, this. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Now, if you're wanting to practice on the floor and you just want to hear the piano, if you go in the audio section up at the top of the screen here, click on that. You've got the option of listening to flute and piano, as we've just done, just the piano or no accompaniment. So let's click it back onto just piano and have a listen to that. Here's the counting again. Okay, now there are various other things that you can do with this that are great practice tools. One is you can adjust the tempo. So again, with recordings that you buy of accompaniments, I mean, some of them are really good quality, but you don't get the score in front of you, you don't get the line scrolling along, and you can't adjust the tempo. So with this, you can adjust the tempo, you know, when you're first starting it, put it at a really slow tempo. You can annotate a score, which is really useful for teachers. You can have a metronome on, click that on. And one thing I think is really useful is the loop function. So if I click on that, now you see these two brackets have appeared. You can just drag them over a section, perhaps it's a section that you find a little bit awkward, and then you click on play and it will just continuously repeat that small section for you. Another function that I strongly recommend that students use is the record function. If you look at the top of the screen in the middle, there's the play button, and then just to the right of that, you can click on record, record yourself playing. And I think it's a great thing to do when you're practicing. If you do it, you know, say once a month, something like that, you can hear your progress for a start, so it encourages you. But also you can use it not to criticise yourself too much, but just to listen to it carefully with the score and just listen to any little bits that you think, can I tweak that? Can I just make it better in some way? One other thing to mention is the print down at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. You can download and print with a year's subscription 48 PDFs of music on Tomplay, and if you're a registered teacher, you can download 96 PDFs with a year's subscription. Okay, let's have a look now at some of the piano pieces from the current grade 8 syllabus, and in Tomplay there are 9 pieces to choose from. Now, I've got to congratulate the Associated Board, by the way, on making my life as a teacher much easier over the years by including a lot of pieces that are becoming more appealing to people. When I was a child, a long time ago, taking graded exams, as far as I can remember, the A section always just had pieces from the Baroque era, the B section from the classical period, and the C's was from the Romantic era. But now they've sort of, it included a lot more things. I mean, I don't remember there ever being any pop songs, jazz pieces or film music, things like that in it. So they've included a lot more genres now. It's still primarily classical music, but they also include popular pieces that are really appealing to people. So, for instance, the top one there, Rondo à la Turque, is one that just about everybody's familiar with. And it's a really good fun piece to play. So just have a quick listen to that. Another absolute classic is Debussy's The Girl with the Flaxen Hair. Another hugely popular piece in the piano grade 8 syllabus is Maple Leaf Rag. Another really useful function for practicing for pianists is being able to mute one hand. So if you look under the audio, top left-hand corner there, it says piano both hands. If you click on the arrow, you've got the option of piano both hands, piano right hand, left hand, or no accompaniment. So say you wanted to practice just the right hand, click on piano left hand, and Tomplay will play the left hand while you play the right hand. Another piece in the syllabus that I absolutely love is this arrangement by Nicky Isles of A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square. Nicky Isles is a British jazz pianist, composer, arranger, and there's a lot of her arrangements in the Associated Board syllabus these days, and you can just study them as a lesson in reharmonisation and arranging for the piano. She also went to the same music college as that I did, Leeds Music College. Not at the same time though. Just have a listen to this. Okay, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, and you haven't done so far, I'd be really grateful if you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you want to learn more about Tomplay, remember there's a link to the review that I did in the description below. Tomplay currently, I believe, has over 90,000 pieces in its library, and is adding them at the rate of 200 a week. So it's well worth checking out. Okay, thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.